1%. This number may come across as one that you may deem insignificant, and in a sense, you would be correct. 1% as it sits alone is a very small number. But if you take this 1% and increase it one more percent day by day over a long period of time, you will have a much higher percentage. This is what the book Atomic Habits is all about. The act of making yourself 1% better every day, making small changes that in turn lead to monumental shifts in the way you go about living your life. Throughout my life, I have always had lofty goals. It is a part of who I am. I dream big, but with these big dreams, I often forget about the process that will lead me to these goals. I get so fixated on the goal that I often feel like I am not making progress, which will leave me frustrated. Hopefully, with the help of this book, I will be able to shift my mindset to become more process-based. This will help me in all aspects of life, as it will take the stress off of the looming goal in the future and help me to focus on gradually turning myself into the best version of me. In this book, there are 4 key elements. The first idea will be talking about 1% changes and how they affect you over time. The second step is moving away from goals and focusing on systems instead. In the third step, we will be talking about how identities are more important than outcomes. In the fourth step, we will be talking about the 4 laws of behavioral change. First, let's talk about why 1% matters. The theory of 1% is all about the power of compounding. Compounding has the ability to be extremely powerful in both the positive and negative direction if we leave it for long enough. If we get 1% better every day for a year, at the end of the year, you will be 37 times better than you were at the start. But if you get 1% worse every day for a year, you will end up somewhere close to 0. James Clear states that habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. For week 1 of this project, I'm trying to limit my phone usage throughout the day. Oftentimes, when I'm struggling on an assignment or can't find the answer to a question, or just find myself being flat out bored, I just go on my phone or watch TV. My phone often serves as a distraction from the looming things that I have to accomplish in the near future. I've decided that I'm tired of feeling the need to be on my phone, and I've decided I'm going to break the habit. So what I did was I started to try and be on my phone for 15 minutes less every day. I would set a time where I would lock my phone in another room just to be able to get my schoolwork done. By subtracting 15 minutes every day, I was able to work my way down over time from a screen hour of 5 hours to 2 hours and 30 minutes. James Clear states that time magnifies the margin between success and failure. It will multiply whatever you feed it. Good habits will make time your ally, but bad ones will make time your enemy. By breaking my habit of being on my phone too often, I was able to switch from time being my enemy to time becoming my ally. Overall, I felt like this first week went very well. Working on keeping my phone usage down over the week was not easy, but by taking small steps, I was able to work through the discomfort and turn myself into a more productive person through less use of my phone. For week number 2, I am focusing on moving away from goals and focusing more on systems. There are many problems with the idea of goals. First, winners and losers both have the same goal, whether it be winning a race or getting the higher position at a company. Both the winner and loser are hoping for the same result. Along with this, goals are only momentary change. You could work all the way to achieve your goal, but the second you do it, you fall back into your old ways. As James Clear says, the purpose of setting goals is to win the competition. The purpose of building systems is to continue playing the game. Instead, I will now work on creating solid systems that will help me better myself for the long term. My main application of this will be to sports. Most of my peers and competitors in my sport all strive for greatness. They all want to be successful and have meaningful careers, just like me. However, because everyone has the same goal, I have to create systems that will help me rise above the competition. Throughout this second week, I've applied multiple different systems that will help accelerate my rate of success. The first system that I have implemented is meditation. I have listened to many professional athletes discuss the benefits of meditation and its help in creating longevity and success in their careers. So what I have done is set about 10 to 15 minutes a day where I just sit and reflect on my day or clear my mind. I often do this in the pool, as being outside and in the water helps me feel more relaxed. After the week of consistent meditation, I have felt more relaxed and in a clear state of mind, which I believe is a direct correlation for the meditation. Along with this, I have also had a great deal of success in my recent practices and games. The second system that I've begun using is a full body stretching routine. I've implemented it every morning for this week. With the constant strain on my body from practices and games, developing a solid stretching routine is key for maintaining a healthy body. By keeping my legs and my shoulder healthy, which are two important areas for volleyball, I will be able to compete at a higher level more often, giving me a lift on the competition. Throughout this second week, I have felt much more confident in my mental and physical abilities thanks to the meditation and stretching routine. I truly feel that if I continue to use these systems, I will give myself a serious leg up on the competition. For the third week, I will be focusing on identity over outcome. James Clear states, "Identity is the North Star of habit change." We have 3 layers of our behavior change: outcomes, processes, and identity. Most people find themselves working from outcome to identity, while instead, you should be working from identity to outcome. Clear says that the ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes part of your identity. To solve problems that will last over a long period of time, we need to move away from outcomes and focus more on developing our identity. For me personally, I've constantly battled procrastination and finding motivation to do things that are necessary but I don't find enjoyable. I understand that these, quote, things need to get completed, but I often just don't want to do them. I've done this for so long that I have developed an identity of myself as someone who procrastinates, and I want to switch this notion. In the past, I've tried to break the habit by telling myself, I'm going to break the habit of procrastination, so I'm going to implement John's 4 keys to breaking procrastination, so then I will become someone who no longer procrastinates. However, after reading this book and understanding the theory of creating an identity over an outcome, my method of approach has become much different. I've switched my mindset to say, I am not someone who procrastinates. Therefore, as someone who does not procrastinate, I will do my homework before going on YouTube or complete my daily tasks before going on my phone. With this mindset, I've helped transition my thoughts of me being someone who procrastinates to someone who does not. Although procrastination cannot be fixed in just a single week, I feel like the ideas I am implementing will result in a big step in the right direction. The tools from this section of the book have helped to start to shift my identity as a person to someone who no longer procrastinates. In the 4th and final week of this project, I will be working on implementing the 4 laws of behavior change. The first law is to make it obvious, which relates to designing our environment around our cues. For me, as an athlete, I like to try and take supplements to keep my body healthy. However, I often forget to take them and end up not getting the maximum effect because I am taking them sporadically. So what I did to fix this was, instead of keeping the supplements in the cabinet, I would put them in the fridge the night before, so when I went to get eggs to make my breakfast, I could just grab them and take them. The second law is to make the habit attractive. As people, we all crave some feeling of reward or satisfaction. So to make our habits sustainable, we have to associate something enjoyable with them. For example, when I choose to eat healthy food over unhealthy food, I will end up with a healthier body and mind. The thought of achieving this, quote, reward will help me keep on track with eating healthy foods. The third law is to make the habit easy. We want to have as little distractions from doing the things we want to achieve. So for me, as I'm working on breaking my habit of procrastination, I've limited the distractions around me. I put my headphones in to limit the sound, and I have a clean workspace. I also try and take everything out of my room that may serve as a distraction. This has helped me greatly and made my process of breaking my habit of procrastinating much easier. The 4th and final law is to make the habit satisfying immediately. James Clear states that what is immediately rewarded is repeated, and what is immediately punished is avoided. I often get sucked into bad habits such as scrolling through Instagram for hours because it provides immediate satisfaction, but not in a good way. This makes me procrastinate and not do my work to my full potential. So what I did to fix this is I would force myself to get all my work done, and then I was free to have whatever fun I would like. By creating this type of reward, I associated getting my work done with being able to go hang out with my friends or playing video games with my brother. Over this 4th week, I've worked to try and better implement these 4 laws. These laws work in unison, but they each have their own unique way of being implemented. I feel that I have learned the most about creating strong habits in this final week, and I'm very pleased with the progress I am making. Over these 4 weeks, I have applied many new strategies to help make my life better. Through these weeks, I have worked on getting 1% better every day, moving away from goals and focusing on systems, focusing on creating an identity over an outcome, and finally, the 4 laws of behavioral change. These concepts, when linked together, serve as an extremely powerful way to break bad habits. Most of these concepts are related to either breaking my habit of procrastination and becoming a more productive individual, or becoming a healthier and stronger person in an attempt to lift myself above the competition. In both applied situations, the concepts from this book helped a great deal. However, this does not mean that I was not met with some struggles along the road. At times, I felt like the concepts in the book were not working, or I just wasn't grasping the concept at all. But through continuous work, I was able to break through these plateaus and find out what Clear was truly trying to say. Throughout this process, I have realized that I am much more capable of turning myself into a more productive person than I once thought. If you have ever struggled with bad habits, which I am sure most people have, then this book is perfect for you. Before starting this project, I was slightly skeptical. But after going through the process of reading the book and then creating this video, I think that I have a deeper understanding of the knowledge that I have attained.